Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We continue to be greatly concerned about the partnership between North Korea and Russia. You saw the Secretary speak to the fact on Thursday that North Korea has deployed as many as 10,000 troops to Russia, and that we were concerned that they would move to the front lines to enter the fight against Ukraine. As the Secretary said on Friday that as many as 8,000 North Korean troops had made their way to Kursk. We now assess that as many as 10,000 have made their way to Kursk and could enter combat in the coming days.
So, Mr. Matt,
as we have said, we expected that it was likely that they would enter into combat against Ukrainian forces, and if they did, they would be legitimate military targets.
So we believe that there are now at least 10,000 DPRK forces in the Kursk Oblast. Recognizing that as we continue to assess DPRK presence on the ground, those numbers could go up slightly in terms of the total number of DPRK troops in Russia. We've seen the press reports about alleged combat ops. We're looking into those, but at this point cannot corroborate those reports. But as you heard Secretary Austin say last week, should these troops engage in combat support operations against Ukraine, they would become legitimate military targets.
Questions on North Korea. The 11 to 12,000 number that you said, that leaves a bandwidth between those and Kursk.
But as we look at those numbers, we think that the total number of DPRK forces in Russia total could be closer to around 11 to 12,000, with about 10,000, at least 10,000 right now in the Kursk Oblast.
Well, North Korean troops being deployed in Russia against Ukraine, this is a significant escalation, and it makes us even more focused and determined to make sure that Ukraine has what it needs to fight off the Russians, including the North Koreans. Then on North Korea, we are working closely, as you know, with the Indo-Pacific partners, of course with the Republic of Korea, so South Korea, Seoul, but also with Japan, with Australia, with New Zealand, to make sure that we are able to, also with this new development, to do everything we can to keep not only the Euro-Atlantic, but also the Indo-Pacific safe. We know that Russia is working here together, not only with North Korea. China is providing dual-use goods and is helping with sanctions circumvention. And of course, we know that Iran is involved in helping Russia with the war effort. So this motivates us to step up, to do even more. And on the American elections, whoever wins those elections, we will work with Kamala Harris, we will work with Donald Trump and make sure that the alliance stays united. I have no doubt, because it is in our interest. It is in our interest here, but also for the United States, because they are not in this to not repeat the mistake after the First World War of withdrawing from Europe. No, they are in this because they know that if Putin would be successful in Ukraine, that at that moment an emboldened Russia is on our eastern flank and will present a direct threat to NATO territory.
Die Regierung wird ihre Aufgaben erledigen. Ich bin der Kanzler. Es geht darum, dass wir in ernsten Zeiten die Herausforderungen bewältigen, vor denen wir stehen. Es geht um Wirtschaft und Arbeitsplätze. Es geht um Pragmatismus und nicht um Ideologie. Und das ist das, was gegenwärtig verhandelt wird. Wir haben einen Haushaltsentwurf im Sommer auf den Weg gebracht. Jetzt geht es darum, die notwendigen Entscheidungen zu treffen angesichts der wirtschaftlichen Entwicklung, aber auch der Notwendigkeit, dem Parlament noch ein paar zusätzliche Vorschläge zu machen für den endgültigen Abschluss des Haushaltes für das nächste Jahr. Und nochmal, mir ist wichtig, dass dabei Wirtschaft und Arbeitsplätze im Mittelpunkt der Betrachtung stehen. Deshalb auch habe ich nicht für die Tribüne, nicht für das Theaterstück, sondern für die Realität das Gespräch noch einmal zusätzlich zu den vielen in der Vergangenheit durchgeführten Diskussionen mit Industrie und Wirtschaft gesucht.